Hello everybody! Welcome, welcome. It's Thursday, and Thursday means it's time for more gay lawyers! It's Thursday. I clicked Tuesday. How you doing, everybody? Let's go. Hello.
Hi.
I could do this every time.
Hello.
I bring a can of pop, and then I don't open it, and now you have to listen to me open it.
Do it. Grip it and rip it.
Oh, I did. You must not have heard it this time.
I heard a little bit of it.
I did not. You didn't do
Okay.
it good enough.
I
You didn't do it directly in your microphone.
I
which
did
is
not
a
hold it
goddamn
up
crime.
to the microphone. I was trying to spare you some semblance of noise control. Hello, Snow.
Hey, Snow.
Good
Hello, Snow.
afternoon. Close enough. It is indeed afternoon.
Snow, aren't you in my time? Aren't you in EST? If not EST, then you're CST. I don't know
It's
why-
still afternoon.
Okay, I get sure.
It is more. It's very technically afternoon.
It is afternoon until it is after midnight.
I popped out the stream and then it disappeared.
Great.
Where did it go?
It's probably.
That's the thing that happens sometimes. You have to maximize all windows or else it never comes back.
I don't know how to
What?
do that. I'm not
You
gonna.
could say good evening. Good evening is like.
You
Korean
could,
for afternoon.
But it is still afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh,
My
good
lord,
night
fine
sounds
day.
wrong. Okay, but yeah, you could say evening.
Yeah.
Evening would be the most appropriate and widely used greeting.
I feel at
of
least
the
like
night
good
time.
afternoon, everyone, accompanied by like that emote, actually kind of works because it's like.
I forgot about good evening. You know what? That's super fair. I understand.
Good afternoon. You have to have the right intonation. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. If we're gonna get into the spirit of evening here.
Indeed.
Hello, try this.
I tried this. Yes, you didn't miss anything because we started an hour late tonight.
Yeah.
Levi, this
Yeah.
is your line.
Yes. I said it earlier, but but things happen. My lord, if I may.
Okay.
Yes, Lord Van Zeeks.
Prosecution would like to summon new witnesses to the stand.
New witnesses? What would be the nature of their involvement?
They were spectators of the demonstration at the exhibition, who were occupying special seats.
Special seats. Eyewitnesses.
It's a splash zone.
Oh. Oh.
They're both covered in blood.
Oh man. The
Okay,
boy-
one of
the
them's
boy
gotta
chunks.
be Gina.
The boy chunks.
Gina watched from the sky. It's gotta
Oh,
be.
she did. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's why we didn't get Gina in the
Oh, it was
first.
special
sense.
seats.
Yeah.
They were up in balloons.
Yeah.
Very well. Court grants the prosecution's request.
Who else was that?
Arguably still the splash zone, considering the guy was supposed to be blasted into the sky.
I should very much like to hear from any eyewitnesses to the incident.
Ugh.
The prosecution's stance is clear. This experiment was no postiche.
Bah.
Postiche. The accused,
What does that mean?
yeah, British English of architectural ornament,
Okay.
inappropriately applied, sham, false, or artificial, spurious.
Okay.
I didn't get the
Bad
pronunciation on that, but it's
architecture.
okay. Yeah. The accused killed the financier victim there on the public stage before the very eyes of the spectators.
Damn.
Now, my learned friend,
Get
That's me.
fucked.
Oh! Yes?
Oh, that's me.
I'm a learned friend.
It's time for you to make your own stance clear.
There's clearly a flaw in the professor's hypothesis. I can definitely see that. But where does that leave me?
We shall take a short recess now.
Oh, great. That's a great idea.
Fucking waited.
Time to take a break, everybody.
Rest in pieces.
Oh, great.
During which time the prosecution will prepare its new witnesses to take the stand.
Oh shit.
Fabulous.
Oh, the fact that we were like
I know
2
we
minutes
just
off
took-
from that.
We just took a week-long recess. Go ahead and take another one.
As you wish, my lord.
Good. In that case, court is adjourned for 20 minutes.
Alright, see you in 20 minutes, guys.
All right, I'm gonna go make spaghettios.
And we're gonna role play this the right way. it
In
literally.
real time.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
almost
try
said
this, you-
something.
you sneaky little
Listen.
bastard.
Listen, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Sometimes it be like that.
My dumbass in your position would not, unless I was looking at a walkthrough, would not remember that this was about to happen and be like, yeah, this is a good place to start. So, either way.
23rd October, 10:44 a.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's
it's not.
Antechamber.
It's not 10:44 a.m. Fuck.
Tea
you gotta
is still
wait.
warm. I made tea expecting us to be like starting an hour ago, but I left it in the teapot and just didn't touch it, and it's still warm.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry,
Oh,
thank you.
fuck, I forget every time. But Mr. Naruto,
Yeah, that.
what on earth were you playing at just now? Or, rather... What on earth were you playing at all along?
Stop trying to get yourself convicted.
My hypothesis! My amazing hypothesis! You've been picking holes in it from the start!
That's because it sucks.
It's terrible. If you want me to near end of stream, I can let you know how close you are to the next to be continued. Only if it's like laughably close.
Like this one.
Otherwise, like, it doesn't bug me. It's kind of funny. Sorry about that.
But you promised me! You said you'd prove that dreaded explosion was an accident, not murder! You said you'd keep my precious invention from falling into anyone else's hands! But all you've done is so far is try to undermine me!
Yes, I did make you a promise. You're right. I said that I'd believe in you and fight for your freedom to the very end. But I also told you I was no scientist. I don't understand your hypothesis. The fact is, there's an undeniable flaw in your logic, isn't there?
But if I just run through some equations... Yes, you see? It's because my work is incomplete.
Perhaps it is. Nevertheless, a man died as a consequence, didn't he?
Oh. Oh, no!
That's appropriate. Thank you.
You're right. You're so right. It's all my fault.
Yes.
He does have a bald spot. That has to be, right?
And I have no right to blame you for my failures.
Also
Yeah,
true.
now that we're closer to him, I think it is the bald spot.
And yeah, I think I feel like it's supposed to be reminiscent of a bald spot.
I'm a disaster. Not just as a scientist, but as a human being.
Please, Ken, I just
Sure?
want to keep that. I want to keep that one in my pocket and save it for later.
Well, That might be a little over the top.
And while we're on the subject, what about Baroque? He's being awful.
Claiming his old university friend to be a murderer, you mean?
He's a disaster! Not just as a prosecutor, but as a human being!
Jeez. Okay.
Oh, but no, wait, he's a raper, isn't he? Perhaps he's not classified as Homo sapiens anymore.
Hopo.
He's transcended humanity.
Glad that's cleared up. Can I double check something with you?
Ah, yes? What?
The machine and demonstration you prepared, they were based entirely on your hypothesis, I presume? There was no trickery involved?
I drew the plans for the machine with my very own hands. Every line was painstakingly drawn with the firm belief that science is the only future. So yes, it's true that my hypothesis hasn't reached maturity yet, but please, Mr. Naruhodo, you must believe in it.
Hello, Izzy. I super don't. Alright, Professor, I understand.
Counsel defendant! The prosecution's witnesses are ready to take the stand. Court is about to be in session again. Get your fucking ass in there. Make your way to the courtroom, please.
It's a fast 20 minutes.
It's him. He arrived.
It's all... it all hinges on that demonstration. If the professor's hypothesis is sound as he claims, it leaves him as the only person who could possibly have killed the victim. But on the other hand, Mr. Sholmes was adamant.
A practical implementation, such as was attempted by the professor at the Great Exhibition, is quite impossible.
Impossible. So really, what should I be trying to prove here? Thank you, Levi. 23rd October, 11 a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby reconvene the proceedings of this court. Counsels for the defense and prosecution, are you ready for the new witnesses to testify?
The prosecution is ready, my lord.
As is the defense, my lord.
So, Lord Van Zakes. I believe these next witnesses saw the demonstration on the day in question with their own eyes.
Not somebody else's eyes?
Indeed they did. And as luck would have it, one of them is a police detective.
Gina!
There we go. There we
Yeah,
go.
she is.
It's definitely her.
I didn't want to testify for you.
So the testimony we are about to hear can be considered highly reliable.
If the
Oh,
judge
now
doesn't...
it's reliable.
If the judge
Yes, she's a
doesn't
cop
say
now.
anything about it being Gina, we riot.
Yeah.
Perfect. A detective of all people. Ah!
I fucking hate cops.
God,
Who's
fucking
around?
detectives.
The
God.
prosecution's stance remains unchanged.
Gregson is munching chips behind us, very threateningly. Talking shit about me.
Though it ended in tragedy, the demonstration on the day in question was scientifically sound.
The concert.
And consequently, the sole person with the opportunity to have committed this act of murder is the only other individual to have been present on the stage at the time, the accused.
Thank you, counsel. The prosecution's position is clear. So, bring forth your witnesses now.
Now,
Bailiff, show the witnesses in.
bailiff.
The witnesses whose proximity to the incident on the day in question will clarify the truth unequivocally.
I can't wait. Not. Okay, there's Gina. Okay. It's like, where's
What?
Gina? Oh god.
Batman, fucking Blinsky, a Batman kid, and Gina.
He's fucking Gina, like standing like significantly away from.
Miles, do you want to be a small child or a balloon man?
Yes, I will be the small child.
Okay, great.
Bring Quark back, but now he's British.
It was a Quark though. With
Did
a
you-
domino mask.
Did you say this?
Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court to hear.
I guess this means this is Shasta.
Oh, there's a fucking.
There's a
a
fire in
fucking
his
fire
hat.
in his hat. He's a
my
balloon
And his name is
man.
fucking Balloon.
Oh my god.
Balthazar Loon!
His
Balloon!
name's Balloon!
His name's Balloon, Mr. B.
Oh, I love him. I love him.
No, this man's gonna be loud. My name is No, that's not British. Fuck. How do I get loud and
I think it would
British?
be great if he wasn't
How do I
British,
get
actually.
loud and British?
He's Italian.
Make him a
Oh my
Oh
god.
no. Don't tell me that.
Balloon.
My name is Balthazar Lune.
Yes, 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 yes,
I mean, it works.
yes. It's just that mustache makes you Italian immediately.
I am the impresario of all balloons in vicinity of the experimento stage.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, he actually fucking is.
We understood the assignment, everybody.
Yes!
Took one look at this guy.
Yes! It's Beppo all over
Got
again.
Gotten one.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh Christ! It's the little German boy from all the memes.
It's a little German boy.
Little German boy! Little German
I'm
boy
not-
eats
I'm
a
not-
little German sausage.
God, I don't think I can do. I don't. I've never tried a German accent in any context.
just find your inner Magic Brian and you'll be fine.
Oh Lord. Oh God.
They're gonna help you out here at least.
My
right?
name is my name is Wilhelm Gottfried Sigismund Ornstein. Ormstein.
That's right.
I'm
Gottfried.
Yeah, Orm,
Cool.
and then Stein. Yeah.
I picked the wrong
Shine,
time
yeah.
to take
Yeah.
a drink. I almost threw up.
Sigismund.
I don't think he's gonna be saying his name a lot.
Nominative determinism? Nominative determination and telling you everything about a character by the way they look. Yep.
There's so.
Oh god. I have come to see the great exhibition all the way from my home in Bohemia.
What?
Okay.
Oh my
That's
god.
Germany, but
Look at his
before Germany
fucking
was
hair.
Germany. I'm very rich.
He just like paid a whole ass gold coin for a single balloon.
Please, it's a balloon. What could it cost? A whole gold coin?
This is a fantastic
Oh my
screenshot.
god, you guys!
Oh my
I don't know
God.
if you can
God.
see this, but his buttons, the buttons on his doublet
Oh.
are smiley faces.
Yeah, I can see that. There's also like a griffin emblem or something? Is that?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
isn't that a symbol of like
Oh, it's
I don't know if
definitely
it's a symbol
like
of
a
Bohemia, but like it's like a
coat of arms of some.
Inspector. Oh god. Inspector Gina Lestrade. That's not right.
Nope.
the affected Gina Lestrade.
Straw, Scotland Yard.
Scotland Yard.
I'm a great detective.
Fucking detective.
I can't think of her voice anymore.
Just say hello, governor, and like really get into the yeah.
Inspector Gino Struts. It's just that.
Let's Alex, slow down and say Sherlock Jones.
Yeah, I know. It's Sherlock Holmes is easy.
Right, say it
At
first
least he's the voice.
to get to the voice.
Sherlock.
Yep.
Oh yeah, easy.
Inspector
That'd be
Gino
like Sherlock Holmes, right?
Right?
Scotland Yard.
Scotland Yard.
I'm a great detective. Even Sherlock Holmes agrees.
There we go.
There we
We're
go.
getting there.
God.
We're getting there.
My accent's the least wacky. I was on security.
Yes,
duty
yeah.
at the-
Try this.
I was at the security.
I looked it up
duty.
too. That is the coat of arms of Bohemia. Is the little the lion that
That's on that book.
Wilhelm.
Wilhelm.
on his shirt.
I was on security detail at the exhibition, and I got to go up on one of them balloons. It was amazing.
Gina. Again.
Gina's Larry.
Hey, what's all this then? It's Tuesday, isn't it?
It's Tuesday, isn't it? What's all this then? But she did mention she'd seen the disaster from up in a balloon, actually, didn't she? Oh, she looks so happy. And she clearly loved every minute of it.
I love her look in this game.
That's the noise. That's the sound I made the whole time I was up there. The little balloon boy wanted to stab me, and that's why he got a point on the head.
There were 3 balloons. There were 3 balloons flying near the public experimentation stage when the incident occurred. 2 of these witnesses were in one such balloon at the time, and saw events unfold from the skies above.
You make it sound like they're in the clouds. There's only an altitude that's like 60 feet, very low.
That is actually very low.
That's really low.
That's like
Yeah,
super
super
low.
You
That's
can't
like
do nothing.
interfering levels low.
That's probably why this kid got beamed in the skull.
Well, only 2 of them were in it, right? So
I think it was Gina and the boy. I think.
And he's in charge of making sure the balloons run. I don't know.
Yeah.
If he's actually in the
I think
balloons.
Loon just
Like,
is
brings
like
out the
in
balloons.
charge of the balloons, and the boy and
Mm-hmm.
Gina were in a balloon.
Well, you can't see nothing if you fly too high, can you?
Because the boy is rich, as he has told us and demonstrated. Incredibly rich. Super rich. 60 feet. About 18 meters, then.
Thank you for your introductions. Now, will you give your formal testimonies for the court?
And we'll finally do the testimonies.
Yeah.
Kindly describe exactly what you witnessed, especially of those of you who had a vantage point above the stage.
View from 60 feet up.
It was an incident terrible. I am only grateful that my balloons were not damaged.
There's a huge bang from the stage, and then the next second, another bang from the sky beside us.
Jesus.
And from amid the smoke, a cage appeared out of nowhere.
The cage, it fell from the sky like a stone and crashed into the crystal tower.
This is just the witness stand of.
Accent.
Oof.
Right. The witness stand of us trying our best.
I didn't get a good look inside the cage, but no one went near it after it crashed into the tower.
Ideally, this would have been Molly or Levi, who have both.
Been able to do German.
And
Yeah.
Italian.
Spent.
I can do a Mario Italian, yeah.
I'm okay.
I mean, well, I mean more like Francisca.
I've
And-
voiced
Wow.
Francisca
Oh, yeah,
for
for
the
sure.
entirety of the trilogy.
But I'm happy with comedy.
Oh no, you're doing great.
You're doing great.
Oh no, I'm glad Shasta's the
Extraordinary
Italian.
collective account, I must say.
Could I just clarify something? There's a detail in the witness's testimony that I've not heard any mention of until now. Specifically, that there were 2 explosions?
More precisely, 2 explosions in 2 separate places. Yes.
What?
What?
No man.
What?
That is news to me.
When the demonstration began, the balloon carrying the 2 witnesses was around here.
Great.
Scribbling noise. There were other balloons in the air nearby at the time carrying other passengers as well, to be clear.
Uh-huh. Bang.
Then, as power was supplied to the machine for the demonstration, the first explosion occurred. The so-called bird cage that contained the victim disappeared from the stage, and a moment later,
Bang.
the second explosion occurred, directly adjacent to the balloon carrying the witness.
So funny.
The bird, with the gavel noise. The bird cage appeared at the site of the explosion, subsequently to plummet down into the crystal tower.
Subsequently.
It seems like he might have been in one of the other balloons.
Right?
It sure looks like it, especially when they draw the diagram. Like,
Draw
Because it
the
just even
arrow
before they
from
put it
another
directly
balloon.
on.
yeah.
He was in another balloon, it popped, and...
Yeah, that would have made an explosion.
I was very surprised. How do you... what's the
So
R?
R's in German are not the rolled R's that you would do for like Spanish, right?
Yeah.
They're like kind of in the
tap
back
R?
of your mouth. They're in the back of your mouth.
Surprised?
Yeah, they're like
Surprised?
Yeah.
Suddenly a cage appeared.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Yeah,
is gonna
yeah,
be.
if
This is
you-
gonna be learning here. Appeared
you wanted
before
to
my
do it-
eyes. There's a person inside. This
Yeah,
a person inside.
And
It's
yeah,
pretty
you got
good.
the
This
you got
is getting
the D being a T. Yeah, you're doing good.
There's a reason I was thinking about German accents a while. But I think. Oh no, I was watching a bunch of clips of Critical Role, and there's a German character.
Yes, the Zemnian character.
The blast was so hot, I didn't want to miss a thing, so I kept my eyes wide.
Look at his God, he's so
Don't want to miss a thing.
His little tiny baby hands.
My little hands.
I want your money.
When I dream of you.
I'll
Give
take
me another balloon.
please.
I lost mine.
I have so much money. I still have lots of money.
Oh, this kid.
God, I love him.
What a guy.
Oh.
This kid is getting robbed after this.
By Gina. She's like, you know,
Ooh.
I thought I was going to put it all behind me, but one last job.
One
This is
last.
her test. Yeah.
This is her
Yeah,
dad.
she's like vibrating. Her hand is like shaking on its own. She keeps trying to like shove it down.
How'd he get into the other balloon if we saw him walk into the cage? Try this. We've been over this. One of them was a
I
wax
double.
model.
One of them
Yeah.
last model.
One of those wax model, and they had the real guy up there, ready to get exploded into the tower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Woo.
Easy.
Easy.
Figure
So
it out.
maybe he
Is
was
it
if he was standing up in the balloon, maybe someone shot him from below. Or from another balloon.
Oh.
Oh, that's possible.
They
The
could shoot
crossbow.
him from another
The
balloon.
crossbow did end up
In the grass.
in behind a tree, so I feel like whoever shot
Mm-hmm.
the crossbow was on the ground already.
Or it fell,
60
or it
feet.
fell when
60
they-
feet is within the normal range of a crossbow, though.
Oh my god.
It truly is. It's right at the edge.
Yes, you could definitely shoot. You could also definitely shoot a real life crossbow at 60 feet. That is well within a real life crossbow's range.
We found a Gina next to the crossbow.
What evidence did
Did
you
you
I'm not sure
find
there was
near the
anything else.
crossbow?
Wait. What about that? What,
I
what
found-
was the substance? Like that
Oh,
piece
the
of thing?
exploded thing.
Oh,
it was the balloon.
yeah, the canvas cloth.
That makes sense.
Oh,
There you
rubber.
go.
Rubber canvas cloth. That's balloon shit. That's balloon shit
That's
right there.
balloon.
That's some balloon shit.
That's some hardcore balloon shit.
Anyway, that was next to Gina.
Precisely who is this curious infant?
How old is he? Hold on.
Who is this
Hold
sassy
on.
lost child?
Who is this sassy lost child?
I'm gonna guess he's 10.
11! Bohemian boy!
His real name is too long for the
Wilhelm Gottschalk.
Oh, that's so
Right,
good.
Sigmund
Sigmund
Ormstein.
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 Wormstein. Like Rammstein. Hardcore balloon shit.
How old is Baz? Val. I wanted to say his name was Baz Luhrmann.
I mean,
What?
don't blame me. Yeah.
He's a director.
Oh, okay. This is like, how did you
Directed the-
pull those
The
sounds?
Romeo and Juliet.
Baz
and-
Luhrmann.
Yeah, Romeo and Juliet.
Moulin Rouge, Great Gatsby.
Moulin Rouge, yeah.
It's
Great
like,
Gatsby.
this
That's
is
basically
Lerman,
information
how
on
you
something.
say lemon.
Yeah, that's how you
Bad
say
lemon. Baz Luhrmann.
Lemon.
Mhm.
Famous director, Bad Lemon. I don't watch movies.
I'm gonna make
Right.
you watch Moulin Rouge someday.
Someday.
I'm told he is a young noble of Bohemian royalty.
Oh.
Apparently, he disguised himself in order to steal unnoticed into the great exhibition.
Put on a
Ah.
domino mask.
Yeah, I am here in London on a sightseeing trip with my elementary school.
Where's the rest of your class? Gots?
I do not know.
They died in the balloon explosion.
They died in the
have-
balloon explosion.
We will have the benefit of a child's point of view in the testimony.
Great. Do we really need that? Oh! Oh, he took a mess!
When I remove my mask, this is what I look like.
Oh!
I am so cute. You cannot kick me out of the court.
Adorable little boy.
I am a cute little German boy. Well, Germany does not exist yet, but it's close.
It's close.
Almost
Coming up.
exists.
Will be soon.
Ah, yes, I see. A delightful face, I'm sure.
Yeah, everybody says so.
And they're right.
We did. We just
We
did.
did. Great disguise then.
Everybody says so. I need to remember this guy as a kid.
The point is, the testimony of these witnesses further substantiates the facts for the court.
He's
Natalie-
the
Yeah, no, this guy's definitely the murderer.
Natalie would like this 11-year-old boy to have murdered somebody.
Yes.
He's the
Good old
professor. He
Wilson.
killed them all 10 years ago.
Oh
At the
my-
age of 1.
At age
the
one.
At the old age of 1.
One.
Namely, that despite ending in an explosion, instantaneous kinesis was successfully demonstrated.
No.
That's why he. That's why we haven't heard anything about what he looks like. Is because they didn't want to be like, and he was a baby.
Uh-huh. And furthermore,
I
That
was a very
until the-
capricious baby.
My brother was killed by a
Precocious.
baby.
and until the arrival of the police,
I'm
No one
so
approached the-
angsty about it.
the Crystal Tower where the victim fell.
We're definitely paying attention, Van Zeeks. I'm sorry.
Therefore, only the accused, who was with Mr. Asman on the stage, could possibly have committed the murder.
I didn't hear a word you said, but that's incorrect.
Yes. Thank you, counsel. The prosecution's views on the matter are quite clear. So, the defense's cross-examination now, please.
Yes, my lord. I'll cross-examine the shit out of this child.
If you do, he'll cry.
Good!
I really want to press the statement, I am still very rich.
Oh, we're 100% pressing that.
I don't know if that was part of the testimony. I don't think it was.
Oh, maybe.
That was
maybe
after
not.
the
Damn
testimony
it.
ended. There were 3 balloons flying above the experimentation stage at the time, I understand.
See, all 3 of them. Oh, fuck. My Bellissimi and Bambini. My Bellissimi Bambini. My pretty baby.
My pretty
Babies.
baby, bellissimi, bambini. My pretty babies.
They
I
are
took
very
2 years of
popular.
Italian.
Some people will pay £10 for one ride.
£10? That's more than my annual stipend.
£20 a month. That is my pocket money.
Royals have all the luck.
This kid's definitely full of shit, right?
I got up there for free, I did. Pay the work for Her Majesty's police card, you know?
Detectives have all the luck. If they're so popular, why would you only be operating such a small number of balloons, though?
Because if I have too many in the skies, they would crash into each other.
The operators for the balloons were decided by lots, with each operator manning a particular area.
Interesting.
I was a
See.
balloon operator.
And the zone above the public experimentation stage is the most profitable.
Experimentation.
Holy shit.
Fucking £1,400.
Holy
The
shit.
other impresarios, they hate me.
They hate me because of this one trick.
It makes them beautiful.
Thank you, witness. I think the court has established a clear picture of the arrangements for balloon rides at the exhibition.
I guess.
Perhaps we could hear more about what you actually witnessed of the incident.
Right, I can fill you in there, my lord.
Thank you, Gina. The judge didn't say anything about seeing Gina, and I am disappointed.
He doesn't recognize her.
She
Or you
got
might
me
have
so-
seen between the 6 months.
She cleaned up, and now she is unrecognizable. So, you actually saw the accident happen from up in the air?
Yep, isn't it amazing what a detective gets to do, eh? I'm telling you, dude, being a lawyer is a muck's game. You should join the force and we can go flying together.
You know me so well. Yes, well. Anyway, could you tell us exactly what you saw, do you think?
Everything. We saw everything. Cause we were up above it all.
Every friend.
We saw every single friend.
Every friend?
Every friend.
Every friend.
Every friend.
I'm not sure what's more impressive, the fact that this dude made £1,400 of a single ride, or the fact that Runa survives on less than $1,400 a year. It's a stipend. He's gotta find. That's why he's gotta work for the law, doing law things.
You're in a mood tonight, Molly.
It's cause I'm in psych. Oh, my body hurts.
You're in psych. Oh, my body hurt. Alright. That dodgy girl was climbing into the cage, and that dodgy professor pulling all them levers. That's when it happened. That's when there was a massive bang and the cage just disappeared just like that.
You are describing the moment when the subject's body was decomposed by the electricity, I believe.
Ugh.
I didn't know what to make of it. But then there was another bang right in my ear. I look around and there's a huge, great fireball right next to us in the sky, and there was nothing there before. The little boy would like to say a
Yes,
thing.
little.
Small child.
Oh, look at him wiggling his little mouth.
Master Gotts, does your memory of the day differ?
My teacher at elementary school said that when you meet someone for the first time, you should always use their full name.
Ah, yes, what was it again?
Wilhelm Gottreich Sigismund Ornstein. Fucking god, I can deal with his accent, I can't deal with his name. I usually read it as I can't read Ormstein. I keep reading I can't Dark Souls. I can't not Dark Souls.
Just the 4 names then? The point is, do you have something to say? Something to add in response to Detective Gina Lestrade's last remark, perhaps?
Oi! Get it right. It's Inspector Lestrade.
Yes!
Why does everyone have a problem with how I address them at the moment?
That is not what I saw.
Oh?
Yeah, there was a second explosion that was right beside our balloon. That is true.
Uh-huh.
True. But I'm sure.
Well, it's what I said, innit? 1 minute there was nothing, and the next there was a massive explosion.
My teacher at elementary school said that when someone else is speaking,
Shut the fuck up.
if you are rude enough to interrupt, you will have the most awful life imaginable.
God damn.
I love how he's too short for his mouth to clear the the box.
Yeah, right?
Are all bohemians brought up to be so full of joy?
This is the Von Karma ancestor we've been waiting for.
I was thinking this is the Gavin ancestor. Little blonde
Damn.
German boy?
Little blonde German boy.
Secretly a murderer.
Yeah.
Secretly a murderer, little German boy. Yeah, it's... Sorry.
It's that.
Just before the second explosion happened next to our balloon, I clearly witnessed a green balloon flying in the sky.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
A green balloon.
You what? I never saw nothing like that. You what?
Well, I did! I saw it, and you can't say I didn't. I will complain to the council. I will cry and scream.
You can cry and scream! You can cry and scream!
I want to see what box he's standing on.
My testimony is the truth. I am a Bohemian prince. You cannot say it's a lie. That is not allowed.
You're in the fleet loyalty card, are you? Typical.
Says the orphan who likes to remind people she works for Her Majesty's police.
In that case, young man, must I ask you to amend your formal testimony?
Why are you gonna bring my parentage into this?
In the interests of cordial national relations between the Great Britain and Bohemia. Why am I so bad at Judge tonight?
Is he actually a prince?
I thought you were.
I
doing
did think he
good,
was
though.
full of shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm doing okay, but every word's a struggle for some reason.
It was not the sky that exploded. It was a green balloon that was next to us at the time.
Great, tell me more. Tell me more, tell me more. A green balloon,
We
you
have to
say?
consent.
Did they have a car? Sorry. I don't remember. I can't figure I know the next lyric is something about having a car. I can't remember what it is. Sorry.
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that? Of course I am sure. I am a proud Bohemian prince. All these questions are making me boring.
Questions?
Boring. Boring.
Questions?
Questions are making me boring.
Are making me
Questions.
boring. Oh!
If you also wanted like further heavy the accent, you can make the a G would become a K in that instance, like boring.
Boring?
Making
Making
me
me
boring.
boring.
But like,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
I see what you mean.
It's just, yeah.
No, it's
Questions?
anything I can
All these
learn.
questions are making me boring. I think you mean bored.
No, I do not. English is very annoying. The language of my countrymen is far superior. Far superior. Superior?
Yeah, that's. I feel like
Superior.
that's tough in a German accent.
Superior.
Ragazzo, it is very wrong to lie.
Oh,
Lie? Forgot that was me. Truly.
Flying balloons never explode. For the same reason the planets never explode. It is logical.
well. Please tell me that doesn't mean logical.
If you insult me, you insult all of Bohemia.
I will die.
I will have the army come and shoot all of you stupid balloons out of the sky. All of them.
Okay.
Alright.
You only have 3. It's not that hard.
Please give me another balloon.
I would like
Here you are, Your Highness.
You, Highness.
Your Highness.
If only all international incidents were so easily resolved. I give you money,
Guy
you give me balloon.
Now that peaceful relations have been restored here in the courtroom, perhaps we could return to the testimony.
Great.
Did you also see the moment of the cage materialized, Mr. Moon? Moon.
No. I did not see the explosion myself. However,
Esplosione.
explosion myself. I feel like I add too many E's when I try to.
No,
Listen, they're adding them for you. Go for it. Anytime you see an
cage.
any.
I will go for it.
Any time.
Anytime. I'm gonna get stuck if you could do that to me. Did you actually see that happen? Did you see that actually happen?
No. In reality, I did not. I saw after it hit the tower. There was a grand confusion around the stage. I ran to see what happened.
Chef's kiss.
I was terrorized by the idea that one of my balloons had crashed.
Crashed. I suppose they are his livelihood.
But when I looked up to the sky, oh, my precious balloons were still there.
So somebody else's balloon was in your space?
I saw it though. I saw it slam into the tower. After all, I'm a detective now. Gina, you just said to call you Inspector.
Then tell us what you saw, Inspector Lestrade.
That's what I like to hear.
That's what I like to hear.
That's what she said.
Ear.
I'm gonna stick my ear in it.
Was it you who gave the order to keep people away?
Yeah, I don't know. I would have been me. I was up in the balloon, wasn't I?
Right, I mean you were only 60 feet above the ground.
So, because I wasn't available, it was the boss who had to look it over there. He was getting shoved and kicked all over the place by panicking spectators as he tried to steal off the scene. It was a real sight to behold, I can tell you. Amazing.
Poor Inspector Gregson.
Oh, I couldn't see the cage that well because of all the smoke. She definitely dipped into Australian.
Mhm.
I didn't want to see you, to be honest. It's scaring me wits.
I keep dipping into country, it's okay.
Keep it together, Inspector. The prosecution really is asserting that the demonstration was genuine. But what if it was actually some kind of switch-around trick instead? That would mean that the victim was never actually on the stage in the first place. The 2 explosions would have thrown everyone watching into a panic for sure. I think I need to find out more about what exactly people saw at the time. Okay.
I think we have to consent on the little boy's balloon story.
I don't think...
You have to show the balloon piece. I was making a thing around project, but I think we have to show the balloon piece. Like, you mean this thing? Did it look like this?
Okay. I think we do. It's either... It's probably on this one. It's either on this one or it's on
Because it says
Lune's.
green.
Also,
Yeah.
this is the one that we got from a pressing.
Nope. See, the problem
Really?
is we're objecting. We're trying, like, the thing we're trying to contradict, not agree with somebody.
We want to do the Danganronpa thing of consent, but we can't actually here.
But I'm pretty sure we probably need to present that on Lune's statement, which is because he said none of the balloons were damaged, and we can be like, this looks like a piece of balloon, buddy. This looks like balloon.
Buddy. Sorry.
I'm
in the mood.
Something about that last statement seems odd, doesn't it?
Would you care to all over precisely what you found odd about it on your return journey to Japan?
Damn! I wouldn't be back to give the court an answer for about 4 months, though.
Rest assured, we should be happy to carry proceedings forward in your absence, counsel.
Damn! He sounds serious. I have to prove my worth before he really does send me back home. You fucked me, Alex!
I did fuck you.
Buddy, derogatory. Yeah.
That is correct. I wonder if... No, okay. So we can't look at it more. Oops.
Objection!
Yeah. Mr. Loon, in your testimony, you said that all 3 of the balloons you had operating at the time were undamaged.
That is correct. If they had been caught in the explosion... Explosiones, it would have been terrible. Terribile.
Terribile. I wonder...
There.
Terribile. I wonder if you might know what this is.
Ah, I think it may be. A part of a balloon. A burnt piece of the fabric of the envelope.
Envelope. Sorry? The envelope?
Look, that's not an extra E. That one belongs there. I don't think I should. Pardon. That is the large round part of the balloon which becomes filled with hot air. It is made from very thick fabric lined with rubber. You do not want it to rip when you are in the sky.
Just as I thought. This piece of cloth was found near the experimentation stage. In other words, as Master Gotts testified, A green balloon did indeed explode that day.
Eh?
Why are you lying to me? If all the balloons in the sky above the experimentation stage belong to you, Mr. Loon, then your statement that they were all undamaged clearly contradicts the evidence. Oh!
No!
He's just on a crate.
He's on a little crate.
If a
The
balloon
balloon exploded
exploded,
that day. Why didn't the man say so?
then everyone on board was killed.
Oh no, having
Oh,
spent
no.
10 old pounds for the experience. How awful.
I used to like these things crash.
50% of the time anyway.
The instantaneous kinesis did occur, but after the explosion on the stage.
Why are you so adamant about the instantaneous
'Cause he wants
kinesis
his-
working?
He wants
Oh,
his
right.
boyfriend's experiment to
Right,
work.
right. He's trying to be supportive.
He's trying to be supportive while also trying to get him convicted of murder.
Well, you know.
Yep.
I love
You
it.
win
I
some, you
love-
lose some.
Hi,
that
Tony.
dynamic is fantastic.
Or he wants it to work and for him to go to jail so that they get to keep.
Go to bed.
Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to sleep.
That's what I need to do apparently.
The point of materialization shifted to a location occupied by a balloon.
Uh-huh.
Causing the balloon to explode? Yes. Eminently plausible.
Good
Aye,
God.
aye, aye.
An unfortunate traffic accident, as it were, but it changes nothing about the pertinent facts.
Okay, but if there was a balloon up there, surely somebody was inside it.
And now they're dead.
So, who is inside the balloon, Zeke's? If not the man who is now dead.
The boy
Ass man.
went everywhere.
It's the other elementary school students. We talked about that.
Yes, I cannot accept.
We did not find a cavalcade of corpses.
It is not raining
They
little German boy
they
chunks.
also got spontaneously kinesis.
To hell.
Why not, Mr. Lune?
You are struggling. You are suggesting that I am a liar.
You are struggling!
Oh, you always catch that angrier.
I'm having a terrible night.
You're ugly. Yes, you're ugly.
You're ugly!
You Mongols are hideous. That person's died and fuck. That person's died in a balloon incident.
There's no need to get fired up, Mr. Luna.
No,
The
that was
victim was the
bad.
sole fatality that
That was bad,
You said a
Zeeks. That was a
You
bad
said a
joke,
joke.
Zeeks. That was
You said a
bad.
joke. Now we need to give him
The
a
only
speech.
human things we've seen from Zeke's. This joke and that he has one friend.
Ugly balloon incidente plus a ratio.
Oh my god.
I
Ugly.
think my
You
problems are
ain't
not.
got
I'm trying
no
not to lean into
alibi.
Mario.
Is
I
that a
feel like you should.
fucking
I feel
pun,
like you should lean into it.
Dracula? Ah.
We're in a
Oh,
mood
that's
tonight.
right. And I can approve it.
Yes.
But this is a balloon is not a liar. There is no such balloon in the sky. It is not possible.
I love him. I love this
He looks like
voice.
he's trying to conduct the music.
Everything about this is correct and good. You're saying it's impossible. Why?
No, I say it is impossible.
This court has more important matters to discuss than the number of balloons that were operating that day.
No, you dumbass. It's very important. He says there's supposed to be 3. If there was a 4th one, that's a problem.
Hey!
But we can't ignore the fact that nobody appears to have known anything about this other balloon until now. My lord, the defense calls for further testimony from Mr. Lune.
I concur. There's clearly more to the truth here than meets the eye. It's imperative that we clear up the issue with this phantom balloon, I feel. Witness, you will give supplementary testimony about the balloons you were operating at the time of the exhibition. Ah, grazie, my lord.
Gassy, my lord.
Hey.
That's what's my balloons I filled there.
Okay.
And so am I.
I need to pee so bad, so we're gonna take 5.
Alright, I'm gonna go make SpaghettiOs.
Mamma mia, mio spaghetti. Mamma mia.
Mamma mia.
I would like to apologize to Alex for the grave mistake I have been making.
Doing what?
Impossibile should have been impossibile.
Impossibile, yeah.
Because this man is Italian. He is the pasta.
He's a pasta boy. I heard this about from fucking Doug video about a guy who is in LA and he owns a food truck that's a pasta food truck, and he's like, oh yeah, my great grandpa is the king of Italy, the ousted king of Italy. And he's just like this very eccentric guy that everyone in Italy fucking hates. And he's like trying to reinstate the Italian monarchy.
Oh my fucking god. I'm trying to think of a from blank to blank joke that I could make there. Like from pasta to palaces.
Mm. More like palaces to pasta. Because he got kicked out.
Yeah, but he's trying to go back the other way. You're right. Pasta palazzo pazzo.
Pazzo.
Okay.
I think the ZZ is right, like pizza.
Palazzo pazzo.
Yeah.
Hello, I am back. I have no quiet snacks in my house, so I have baby carrots. Will try to crunch as quietly as possible.
Launch them
Maybe
fucking
back.
loudly, you coward.
I've got a Rice Krispie treat.
Oh God.
I mean, I'm not gonna. That's
the way.
That was for
That's how you
comedic
do
effect.
it.
What happened?
But I will be
missed
quiet.
it.
Oh, I said that I've got a Rice Krispie treat, and I crit really loudly next to the microphone.
I have
Wonderful.
peanut butter crackers.
Get over yourself.
Jesus. What is happening?
We're a mess tonight. That's what's happening.
Listen, I can't even do it for a bit because I hate the sound of people chewing. And so I would just feel awful.
That's why I didn't do mouth noises. I just did plasticky crinkles.
Just plasticky crinkles, yes. So, I'm just very hungry.
I
I
love the
had a
way
bowl
his
of
arms
cereal
move.
for dinner and was like, maybe I should eat something. I have nothing. I guess carrots it is.
I was gonna do a bunch of stuff today, but I instead ended up going out and being really busy, and some of the food in my fridge went bad, and I didn't eat that I was gonna eat for dinner, so I just ordered myself Domino's pizza.
Nice.
This stream is sponsored by Domino
No.
and carrots.
This man is getting a full arm workout.
Doing bicep curls.
No, it's very
Old
good.
House Farms could sponsor me. That'd be real cool. I'd take a baby carrot sponsorship.
Do baby carrot challenges.
Sure. I don't know what that means.
How many baby carrots can you fit in your mouth?
Oh God. Not many. I have such a small mouth. Anyway.
As I said, Balthazar Luna is no liar. Every balloon I had in the sky landed safely. All three of my balloons were carrying passengers. If they fell to the ground in an explosione, what a catastrophe!
But you can't get away from the fact that a burnt up bit of cloth was found at the scene, can you? The couples at the yard reckoned it was probably some debris that thrown down from the explosion on stage.
The stupido ragazzo is mistaken. My balloons have the red and blue zigzag straps anyway. So your assertion is that the balloon this child saw was not one belonging to you? See, exactamente. If we even saw a balloon in the first place. I do not like the sound of it. It is very bad for business. I have a good mind to sue the land of Bohemia.
That'll go well.
If you attack us, we will fight back. It will be war. All out war. Good lord. I was halfway in and I'm like, oh boy.
All out war.
Oh, that's the joke.
Levi? Really?
Yeah. I was just like, it's funny. I was just thinking, like, man, it's funny how like we spell the word war W-A-R, but in order to get it right in the accent, they have to write it like a V-O. Man, that's funny. Haha. Anyway.
What happened to all-out war? Mr. Lune certainly doesn't appear to be lying. But that doesn't change the fact that the testimony and evidence are contradictory here. Levi's one moment of clarity.
If the defense is unable to find fault with the witness's statements, the court must consider them the truth.
No.
Think long and hard on that, my learned friend. Think long and hard.
The situation is clearly changed now. I have to get to the bottom of what happened here, no matter what it takes.
Counsel, you may now cross-examine. Yeah, cross-examine the witnesses.
Yeah, sure. Mr. Lune's balloons.
Hold it!
You couldn't just have forgotten one, maybe?
Signor,
Uh-huh.
I might have not noticed if I was given 100 lentils and one was missing.
Uh-huh.
But we are talking about 3 enormous balloons. Do you believe I could make a mistake about something so grande and expensive?
Maybe.
Would it be expensive?
Mm-hmm.
Do
Probably.
you just always put the
Yes.
Emphasis.
emphasis so that
Absolutely.
you could get the air?
Yes.
I mean, you could make it work for expensive, right? I took the liberty of having... I took the liberty of having Inspector Gregson check this gentleman's warehouse.
Damn.
I have the
It
report
does sound
here.
like a euphemism.
It clearly says a total of 3 balloons.
Miles says vor 2 times and suddenly everybody's horny.
Oh god.
God fuck. It would appear no mistake has been made then.
No. I don't think
Yeah,
that
Horny
went
Brain
through.
was not on until after I had my moment of clarity.
I didn't think about that before I said it.
Pre-nut clarity.
Ugh.
Yeah,
I
what?
don't like that idea.
Surely Miss Lestrade could have been sent for such a menial task.
What? Me? I'm eating spaghettios. I'll tell you what I told the boss. East End kids like me can only count up to 2.
Gina, what?
Oh my, that's she's like, I can't go.
Gina is Valve.
1, 2. And then I take another coin and it says,
They can't.
Holy
They can't
shit.
count.
Oh man!
Gina can't count to 3 because she gets confused because then she says the word free, and that doesn't mean
That's
there's
not,
no.
that's not a number.
It's not a number.
That's a word.
1, 2,
Back to
3.
0 again. Back to 0 again. Free.
No, I don't know what 0 is. Obviously, that ain't true. But the boss bought it instead of go himself in that case.
Shasta, you crinkle. Shasta, you crinkle.
Oh, I forgot I was unmuted.
Ah.
Hmm.
Hold it.
Cat ass trophy. It would be quite a catastrophe if they fell to the ground for any reason, I think. On that note, Mr. Lune, tell me, what is it that keeps these balloons in the sky?
Are you an idiot?
Sorry?
Stupid, moronic. That is like asking when does a candle burn bright?
I feel like it's a fair question.
It burns bright because it burns bright. And the balloon flies because it flies. What else?
That must be Italian for I don't know.
There are 2 types of flying balloons: hot air balloons and gas balloons.
It sounds like the same
Hot air,
thing.
hot air balloons work on the principle of hot air being less dense than cold air. whereas gas balloons derive their lift by using a gas that is lighter than air, like helium. They are different.
They sound remarkably similar.
Sorry, went into a coffee fit.
Yeah.
I see, and my balloons are filled with the magic gas, I believe.
Hydrogen. Lighter than air, but highly explosive.
Oh God!
Oh.
They haven't stopped using hydrogen yet.
Doing that, yeah.
Yeah, Hindenburg was the 30s, right? Or the...
1930s, yeah.
Yeah. Good lord.
Oh God.
I do not permit the smoking of the cigarettes in any of my balloons. The magic gas does not like fire.
That makes it exceptionally weird that his hat's on fire. Since none of his balloons are hot
point.
air balloons.
Even a small spark of static electricity could cause the entire balloon to explode.
God damn.
What is the matter with you, senor? All that comes out of your mouth is explosione, explosione. I tell you, my balloons are perfectly safe. They have to be, or I cannot eat. None of my balloons exploded that day. I am completely sure. But if you still say that is what happened, you must show me the proof.
Okay. So Mr. Lune had 3 balloons in the air that day. If none of them were damaged, then what was the one that exploded?
I love that spray. Oh my God.
It's wonderful.
I was surprised to find the piece of fabric still at the scene, actually. Didn't you search the area surrounding the stage for clues?
Nah, I'm not into picking stuff off the ground for me.
What?
Anyways, what's up? Better dive into people's pockets instead.
So much for the new career path.
Mind you, the boss was on his hands and knees, picking up all kinds of rubbish from the floor. Thing is, though, the cage went crashing into the crystal tower, didn't it? That's where most of the investigating was going on.
Even so, I would have thought someone from Scotland Yard would have gathered it up as evidence.
I think I focus so much on the accent, I forget to give her a voice. Oh, listen to you! You stumble across a bit of a balloon and suddenly you're the best investigator in the world!
Pardon?
Well, you ain't got a badge, have you? Like this one. I could arrest you with this if I wanted to.
I wouldn't put it past her.
Come to think of it, there's some talk of scorching on the ground and meeting in about the investigation.
There was considerable damage to the stage and surrounding area, wasn't there?
Yeah, some of the cubs watching the experiment were caught in the blast and injured. The real contraption didn't keel over, eh?
I hadn't even considered that.
It seems there was great panic after the incident occurred. Nevertheless, the police shouldn't have missed a torn piece of envelope from a balloon. Inspector Gregson can expect repercussions. Salary?
Wow, yeah. Well, I may swiping all his fish and chips, eh?
The man's sole
Yeah, sure.
pleasure.
None of this matters. The scrap balloon envelope means nothing. Niente.
Uh-huh. You mean the color is wrong?
Si, senor. I do not have any green balloons in my warehouse.
And yet, a piece of green cloth was found at the scene, and it's unmistakably from a balloon.
Well, I do not know how that's gonna be.
For the sake of argument, let's say that a green... don't, nope. That a green balloon did explode above the stage.
Okay.
Nobody say it.
Let's say.
You couldn't therefore
Let's make work.
conclude that it happened on the day in question.
Why not?
There have been recreational balloon flights over Hyde Park, operating from before the Great Expedition.
Position.
One could have exploded on some earlier date. Unfortunate, as I'm sure you'd agree.
Well,
You believe it may have been some early incident that predates the exhibition?
why would this child lie about seeing a balloon explode?
Got an active imagination.
Si, exactamente. As the senora says, it is not from one of my balloons.
And how would you know the exact color of the balloon explosion?
As I would say to my grandparents, active imagination, nothing. My brother's a liar.
My brother's a liar. Shasta?
Oh, sorry, I got distracted by the little boy. Clearly, this ragazzo from Bohemia is mistaken about what he saw.
And Miles has left.
Excuse me!
Sorry, my mom called. I'm on a phone call. I'm here and I'm listening, but I can't really do voices for a bit.
Levi.
Miles.
Excuse me. Is something wrong, Master Gotts?
It's Master Wilhelm Gottsreich Sigismund Dorfstein!
It was on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, something is very wrong! I know what I saw! There was a green balloon there! I swear it! I swear it all over Bohemia!
You do a good job of that. Okay, I'm back.
You can speak
About-
as much
about the
of the
apart-
language as you
apartment
like, but it changes nothing.
Give me another balloon!
If you do not have evidence, ragazzo, then I must tell your peasant to punish you, eh?
Oh,
Eh? Perhaps we'll let the judge decide when it comes to punishments.
no, we're going to behead this child.
Evidence? What is this? Evidence?
To give a simple example, young man. A photograph, for instance. Some tangible proof of what you claim.
This child is older than Iris.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why didn't you say so sooner? I have the photograph here.
Excusez-moi.
You just had like a portable camera. You have an iPhone. Of course,
Oh,
this
yeah.
shit has an iPhone.
Da. Yeah.
Good
Does.
gracious.
Something else.
Yeah. What?
Da is Danish?
Da is... yeah. Da is Danish. That makes sense.
I had not been up in a balloon for a little while, so I was very excited. I took lots and lots of photographs.
Oh my god.
Lots and lots of photographs.
Yeah.
Da.
Of Crystal Tower, of the Bohemian exhibit, of the streets of London, of the hot eel cellar, the balloon.
I want to see pictures of the hot eel cellar.
It did fucking take me a second. I'm like, what is he trying to say? I mean, oh no, he's literally talking about eels, which are like were a fairly common food, like staple food
Right.
Is the eel seller hot, or is the eel hot?
I
Are
would.
they selling it?
Why not both? And the instantaneous
What
kinesis
kind of-
experiment. Did you take a picture of that?
Yeah, one picture.
Really? You did take one.
But all I wanted was a ride in a balloon. I was not interested in boring experiments.
Never mind that. Can you show us that photograph?
Of course, and then you will see.
I love this pose.
You will see that I am not lying. That I really did see a green balloon.
I love this boy.
I love his little cape.
He's so cute.
It's fucking in black and white.
It's in black and
Yeah.
white. But the
Wait,
balloon
there
is
was nobody
there.
in it, right?
But there is a balloon there.
Yeah, I didn't think it.
And
I
it
didn't
doesn't have any
see it.
stripes.
Mm.
Well, I see you're all too shocked to speak.
Yes, I think shocked is indeed the word, young man.
Yeah, perhaps you cannot see that it was a green balloon from this photograph, but... But that is not my fault! That is the fault of the stupid person who made the camera!
Oh.
God. Ah!
That's hilarious.
Oh my god.
Cries with an accent.
He fucking cries with an accent.
Where?
Cries in German.
God. That's so funny. This
Who
one.
was the music originally for?
That is one very bohemian sounding cry. I think it's just like the generic.
But like in the like I feel like the first person they used it for, I feel like was an important person. Now I can't remember who it was.
Wah!
Very well. The court will accept this photograph as evidence.
Hell yeah.
Fucking lol.
The photograph of the balloon has been entered into the court record. A photograph taken by Gotts whilst he was riding in a balloon. It shows another balloon that he claims was green and exploded moments after he took this shot. Oh.
It's not my fault. It's the fault of the person who made the camera.
This boy is so precious.
I love this little German boy.
Well,
I
never
kind of
mind.
hate him, but that makes it fun to voice him.
I'm sure you've plenty of wonderful sepia memories to take home with you. In any case, when exactly did you take that photograph?
Well, it was on the day of the big explosion.
You don't say.
Fair. When I pressed the shutter release, there was this very loud bang. And the hot wind rushed over my face.
That means this photograph was taken a split second before the explosion occurred.
Well, if you ask me, this black and white photograph changes nothing. I could not give a flying fig.
Lovely language you've picked up. Very good. As I thought, Mr. Lune's testimony just doesn't quite add up. I want to look at the photograph. What? Wait, hold on. Y'all see that
There's
beam?
no one in it.
Excuse me.
Y'all see that
Oh,
beam?
yeah.
Someone fucking doing a
Yeah.
Hadouken?
Also,
what?
I would like to note in the top right corner of the crowd, the up more, is that one of the jurors, and then there's like a little child running from her. I
Could
don't
be.
know why that will be relevant. I feel like that's
fun little
singled
thing.
out there.
Can we do magnifying on the on Hairbrain and everything? Okay, that's definitely the bit we saw in the cutscene.
He's in there.
Yeah, he
Or
is.
someone's in
There is something in there.
Something.
Look at how
Okay.
stiff they are. That's a mannequin.
But there is nothing in this balloon.
Yeah, very bizarre. That's
Also, with this thing currently flying, it looks like the balloon should have exploded first.
What do you mean by that?
But
Like, if that thing that is flying currently towards the balloon is going to
Oh
hit
yeah,
it.
I think maybe someone shot the balloon.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
It's like
going straight for the balloon.
it's like almost innocuous enough in the photo that I like actually straight up didn't notice it.
It looks like it
Like
probably a flare.
And the angle looks really weird. Like I thought it was on the ground at first, not coming up at the balloon.
yeah, same. The
Oh.
dimensions of this were not.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Entirely
so it's like
clear to me.
coming up out of the smoke. It looked like it was
Like the
coming
way
out of
I-
the tree.
The way, yeah, exactly. That's
Oh,
how
the
I was.
other direction.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, I think it is. It's coming up out of the smoke. It's like a.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you guys see it? No, because
I saw it the way you saw it.
cool.
I listen. It looked like it was coming out of the tree.
I understand how everyone else saw it. I just didn't even think of that until I heard you guys
Same.
be confused.
Yeah,
Yeah.
try this the way you like the way what you're saying, like some sort of like crack on the lens or whatever, like
No,
not scratch on the lens or something like that. That's how I was.
they wouldn't do
perceiving
that
it.
again.
No, yeah, I get it, but
This is definitely like something came up and
For
fucking
sure.
smoked that balloon.
I just mean that's why it didn't stand out to me right away because I was just like, oh, something's
smoked
fucky.
the balloon and didn't even share.
Yeah, fucked up.
Assholes.
The young bohemian boy claims to have seen another fourth balloon, but Mr. Lune vehemently denies the possibility. And it's hard to imagine the man in charge could be mistaken about the number that were in the air. Still, this inconsistency must tell us something, I'm sure.
It's weird not having Susato to talk to at the end of this.
Mm-hmm.
Or just anyone.
Hey, bitch, why is there nobody in this balloon?
Objection.
I keep putting carrots in my mouth before I do things that mean I'm going to talk.
That
You
is exactly
foolish
what
fool.
the thing in Pixel Puzzle make
Idiot.
that league. With my donuts. Gotta scarf down those carrots.
Unfortunately, the photograph Mr. Gotts took can't tell us the color of the balloon. But it can tell us something else. Something crucially important.
What?
It shows that the pictured balloon wasn't carrying any passengers.
Oh, my goodness, you're right. But surely all the balloons would have been carrying passengers. There'd be no sense in it otherwise.
See, they are for pleasure, for seeing the view. My balloons fly only with passengers.
Balloons are for
fucking.
pleasure.
They're fucking
And
balloons.
that's just what they'll do.
One of these days, these balloons are gonna fuck all over you.
I mean, it did explode over a whole bunch of people.
That was the balloon nut.
Which tells us that the pictured balloon isn't one of them. So when the incident occurred that day, there was a fourth balloon in the skies above the experimentation stage. The mysterious green balloon.
I know nothing, niente. I can tell you only one thing. If this balloon was not carrying passengers, then it was not one of mine.
Objection!
Oh yes, you did have an outstanding karaoke time, Tony. I'm glad we got there.
There are illegal tradesmen everywhere you care to look. Clearly, one such entrepreneur decided to capitalize on the opportunity presented by the great exhibition. And managed to operate balloon lights on Mr. Lune's patch without him realizing.
Balloon lights.
See, the competition trying to steal my profits.
Thought it said pants.
My pants.
The competition trying to steal my pants.
New
I did not
karaoke.
notice because of the experimental that went wrong on stage.
Oh,
Get
okay.
fucked, Molly.
Listen,
Do it again now.
listen. It's fine. We've had like 3 different songs come up. I'm sure another one will come up tonight, and then it won't, and it'll be great. This 4th balloon exploded at the very same moment Mr. Asman was beamed from the stage below.
Right. So them scraps that fell on the ground after and left some scorch marks. They didn't come from the stage at all. It was bits of the balloon raining down. Because no one was in it. It didn't get no attention.
A mysterious 4th balloon carrying no passengers, silently floating over the experimentation stage.
Objection!
Photograph shows us nothing more.
Objection!
A stray balloon carrying no one and operated by some rogue trader. Clearly it has nothing to do with the case.
Objection!
Right?
Its relevance does elude me, I must say.
The court has seen sufficient evidence and heard ample testimony already.
I'm just gonna keep saying objection.
The prosecution calls for this trial to be concluded.
Objection.
The defense calls for your mom.
Really?
He's dead.
Just like my brother.
Have we really got to the truth yet? No, I can't let this opportunity slip away. The jurors' minds are made up, and not in our favor. What else can this photograph tell us? Is there nothing more we can learn from it? There's more! But wait! There's more!
There's more. Billy May is here for fuck come.
William
Alex.
November's here.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, wait. Please don't give your decisions yet. The photograph of Master Gotts may well be hiding one more vital clue.
I was muted. What's that?
Oh, fucking Waluigi.
Wow.
A vital clue!
Objection!
Yeah,
The ninth man.
Ha! A vital
The ninth man
clue!
is Luigi.
We didn't expect to find his ancestor here.
Well.
Bye, Snow. Thanks for hanging out.
Bye, Snow.
Quickly, someone blow off his head.
We're well past the point of mere possibilities. It's time for definitives now. So
I know
tell
you're
the
talking about the
court.
ninth man, but it sounds like you're telling somebody to blow off Snow's head.
Where's the odds she has to leave?
What exactly does this alleged clue in the photograph prove?
The cause of the explosion. We can reasonably assume that the pictured balloon was destroyed in the searing heat of the explosion.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was not my fault.
That the balloon exploded?
Evidently. Because the birdcage from the kinesis machine materialized in the sky where it had been flying.
No.
And the balloon, being filled with flammable hydrogen, instantly and explosively ignited.
Objection!
No, that's not what happened.
What?
It would appear that this photograph requires closer examination. Counsel for the defense, you will highlight the location as this alleged clue in the photograph for the court.
Of course, my lord. If you look closely, it's plain enough to see, and what's shown is linked to another piece of evidence we have. In a way that leads to an unbelievable conclusion. The clue that heavily suggests that the real reason the balloon exploded is...
Whatever the fuck that is.
It's a penis.
No. Alex.
I don't think...
The timing of this photograph can only be described as miraculous. If you look, you'll notice there's a bright white line that appears to point directly at the balloon.
Most likely a ray of light caught incidentally on the film.
I'm afraid I can see nothing of the sort.
If you look with a magnifying glass, my lord, it becomes clear what the nature of this bright line really is. Enhance!
Enhance!
Goodness, what is that?
Undeniably some flash of light, yes.
Oh, golly! Do you think it might be lightning?
Why is that man just throwing cards?
Wow!
But it couldn't have been a finer day.
I believe we may be looking at fire!
Who was this guy? Was it Molly again?
Oh, was this me again? A bird of fire heading straight for the balloon! Like an arrow!
Yeah, because I think it was just like completely unintelligible deep British.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed. Even to my aged eyes, it would appear to be a flame of some sort. My word, are you suggesting this flame struck the hydrogen gas that filled the balloon?
Objection!
Yes.
Objection. That's absurd. The balloon would have been 60 feet above the ground at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, could they have attached something flammable to the crossbow bolt? I didn't even.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
how it
thinking.
actually mattered. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. No flame could have possibly reached such a height.
Objection!
Actually, it's my opinion that a particular piece of evidence found at the scene reveals how that is exactly what did happen.
And what evidence?
If such evidence exists, counsel, then for goodness' sake, present it, man. Which evidence explains this mysterious streak of flame that appears to be headed directly for the balloon?
Take that!
Take that.
Good, take that.
This was found hidden at the foot of a small ornamental tree near the scene.
Every quotation marks on hidden.
Yeah.
Good lord. Is it a crossbow?
An arrow dipped in oil and set alight could have been shot from this weapon, sending a flaming arrow straight into the hydrogen-filled balloon.
Are you suggesting that crossbow was used to deliberately?
Blimey, you're right. That streak of light is in the photo. Looks like an arrow, doesn't it?
And then, the explosion of the balloon. It was...
Sabotage. Very likely the result of a flaming arrow from this crossbow igniting the hydrogen gas inside it.
No!
He's got a green balloon!
Yeah. His injury animation was hot.
It always is.
Order! Council, this is an extraordinary supposition.
But Lune has three blue and red balloons and one green balloon.
Interesting.
But he's trying to hide that he has a fourth balloon.
He's
Is
been
that what you're
holding.
saying?
Well,
Like, literally, the ones he's holding.
the ones he's holding.
The ones he keeps handing to a
Literally.
small child.
Oh.
His sprite is holding 4 balloons.
Oh.
3 of them are blue and red. 1 of them is green.
Oh shit! I didn't realize that. Oh, cool. All right.
The aim was to cause the balloon to explode. The shooter could have used a gun, of course. However, there's an obvious reason why that would have been out of the question.
The noise of the discharge, of course.
That's right. By using a crossbow, the projectile could be fired at the balloon silently.
Well, yeah, if someone had shot a gun in the exposition grounds, it would have caused a real panic.
But with a big explosion, there's a very big panic anyway, no?
I don't like this. I should be pleased to have found a plausible new explanation for all this, but something feels wrong.
Objection!
Do you understand the implications of what you're saying, my Nipponese friend?
Not at all. If a flaming arrow did indeed hit the balloon, then obviously it would have exploded. And if the birdcage appeared from the cloud of smoke that ensued...
Well, wait a minute. What are you really saying here? I don't get it. Was the birdcage beamed up into the sky after all? Or what?
My goodness me!
Ah. Now I understand. That's what that sinking feeling is about. I think there's a good chance that the birdcage was actually concealed inside the balloon all along.
Oh.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Isn't
Yeah.
that what we've been saying?
I figured
I thought it was in the basket.
Well, we
Because
saw a camera picture that says no.
I
That
know,
was a
but like,
Concealed inside the balloon, doesn't it need to be all hot air in there to be?
no,
afloat?
it's all
It's all hot air.
hydrogen.
Yeah, it's
I mean-
hydrogen.
It's all hydrogen
so you
inside
could-
there, so
you
there's
could-
not a person in there.
Right, but you could hide, like, what you're saying is you could hide a bird cage.
No, he would. If it is all hydrogen in there, he's probably already dead at that point.
Right.
Oh, he's gotta be.
Yeah.
If the real person was actually inside the birdcage in the balloon, the
Right.
I feel like the plan was
His body,
the real
his body
person
was torch
the
marks.
real person was supposed to be on stage and the wax model was supposed to be in the birdcage in the balloon. And when the chaos happened, there was a way for him to like hide, or like there's like a tunnel connecting the experimentation stage and the crystal tower so that they could swap out. Like he like dropped down into a trap door and like took a tunnel over so that he could swap out with the wax model.
The thing about that theory, right? My impression was that we were kind of higher up, the experiment, right? The first bird cage, right, where he was teleported from. Wasn't that like a raised surface? Wasn't that like at the top of a building or something?
It was on like a 20-foot
So-
platform.
Yeah. So like, how do we get a tunnel there, and then like be able
I mean,
to
it
get
was
him all the way up?
I mean, it was it's like a constructed platform. So like
Mhm.
they could have
Yeah, but I
constructed
just
the
mean
platform
the-
to have like a stairwell down.
the practicality of someone being up where he was supposed to appear. Anyway, right? Like I don't at that
Because
speed.
people can't.
I mean, how did-
people can't breathe hydrogen? And so the idea that the real person was inside the hydrogen-filled balloon just wouldn't work if that was their plan, to, like, cheat the... cheat the experiment and claim it worked.
If fucking Lamoir can crawl across the vents and get to the other side, this fucker can attempt to try to do it.
Like they had
I'm thinking less this.
they had
I'm
plenty of
thinking this is
time
less someone.
to
I'm thinking this is less someone trying to actually make it look like it. Or
no, I
have
think
him alive and make it look like it worked.
no, but I think that was the plan.
Yeah.
I think that was the plan. I
the plan
think
was-
he and the engineer wanted this, not Hairbrain. Hairbrain doesn't know anything about this, but I can't remember his name ever, but the dude who died, him and the engineer that we learned, Asman and the engineer that we heard about concocted this plan because they knew it wasn't going to work. They knew Hairbrain's kinesis machine was not going to work. And so they concocted this plan to make it look like it worked so that he would get the funding grant, because the funding grant was a lot of fucking money.
I think he was trying to fake his own death to avoid the Reaper.
Well, maybe that was a plan on top of the
I feel like that might have been
plan
secondary,
that he
because
had
they
for
would have
himself.
had to have
If he
planned.
faked-
They would have had
if
to
he
have
faked his own
planned
death,
this.
He couldn't have done this. Yeah.
They
The plans, I feel like faking your own death and making sure this works are mutually exclusive.
yes.
Because if someone dies, like if it works but someone dies during it, you're not getting that grant money.
Right. So I think
I'm thinking that it might not have included Asman in the plan, and someone else, probably the engineer, wanted Asman out of the way and wanted to also get the money from this working.
that's possible. That's possible. Either way, I
But
don't
why would
think
he kill him if he wanted to get the money?
Yeah, why would... If,
Well, I
again,
mean, like-
if someone
like-
died during the experiment, no one's getting any money.
I don't know. But I think the plan was not for somebody to die, but for it to look like the kinesis machine worked. And we also got the cutscene where we saw Asman on the stage get strapped into the birdcage. That was a real person. And they wouldn't have just, like, faked a real person on stage for the cutscene, because that would be weird as fuck. Like, the Ace Attorney doesn't do that. So that was not a wax
External
model
doesn't
on
usually
stage.
do cutscenes.
Right, but doing a cutscene, they wouldn't lie to us visually in the cutscene. Like, that would be a lot. So I think the real Asman was on the experimentation stage. We saw him. We saw him moving. We saw him start panicking. Either real panic or fake panic. It's unclear. But I think he dropped into a, like, trapdoor, hidden tunnel thing, got over to the Crystal Tower. At some point between then, he was stabbed. Somebody killed him and put him in the birdcage and made it look like he died on the experimentation stage because he was in the birdcage, and they took the wax model that was in the birdcage originally. I think that's what's happened. That's my big brain plan.
I think I said this.
Great.
I feel like maybe.
There's no going back now. The horse is bolted. Let's assume, as I said, that the birdcage was hidden inside the green balloon from the start. On stage, when the experiment was started, the birdcage and the instantaneous kinesis machine disappeared in a cloud of smoke. At that moment, the flaming arrow was fired from the ground, causing the green balloon to explode and drawing the attention of the spectators to the sky above their heads. From amid the smoke, the hidden birdcage then appeared to fall down and crash into the Crystal Tower. I think you'll all agree it's entirely plausible that what I've just described is the real truth behind the miraculous experiment carried out that day.
This... Oh... Good grief!
Objection!
Thanks, Charlie Brown.
This is ludicrous. What you've described is no science experiment. It's child's play. A contemptible display of stage magic.
The magician starts getting really nervous.
Both Mr. Sholmes and Iris said the experiment was a scientific impossibility. In which case, this is the only way to explain what happened that day.
And in any case, the victim's body was found inside the birdcage in the Crystal Tower. If the instantaneous kinesis didn't take place, how do you explain that?
There
we go.
Oh, God. What is it? If I may put in a word,
Number one.
as a man of magic myself. Nope, I lost it.
That's Lancer.
Yeah!
Or
Such
Pain.
apparent discrepancies can easily be explained by some simple deception. Turn number 3. All that would be needed is a doppelganger. Someone who looked very similar to the victim, Mr. Asman. And having this other man appear on stage in front of the show. As a body double. Ah, yes, of course. So, in fact, Mr. Asman must have been inside the birdcage that was concealed inside the balloon right from the start.
Objection!
That balloon would have been filled with hydrogen.
Oxygen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's pointing out the problem I pointed out.
Anything hidden inside it would have been scattered to the four winds when it exploded.
Well,
he's not.
okay, never mind.
No one would have ever embarked on such a risky venture.
Speaking of body
Not
doubles, the
necessary.
magician has a similar build face to Asman.
The explosive force of the balloon gas would very much depend on the mixture ratio.
To number 4.
Flying balloons are rarely filled with pure hydrogen, but a mixture of other gases such as helium as well. Helium on its own doesn't explode, but by controlling the gas mixture ratio, the explosive force can be altered.
Interesting.
The mixture ratio.
If they're telling me this
I'm
man
glad
was
we have a panel of experts.
right.
Right?
If this game tells me that a man was stuck inside a balloon filled with hydrogen and helium, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Obviously, the victim's body would have suffered some burns. That would be unavoidable.
But if the wax was model was in there, it would melt.
But not to such an extent as to render the whole obscene charade impossible.
So everything that happened can be explained, logically and scientifically. The explosion that engulfed the stage at the start of the experiment was no accident. It was all part of an elaborate deception to make it appear that instantaneous kinesis had occurred.
Well, goodness me.
And if we accept that this is what happened, it means that the victim, Mr. Asman, was never present on the public experimentation stage to begin with. In short, he couldn't have been killed by the defendant, who was on stage in full view the entire time.
Ah!
Ooh. This will be very hard for the prosecution to counter. Lord Van Zieks can't credibly maintain that Professor Harebrain is a suspect now.
He proceeded to maintain that his hairbrain is the suspect.
Hairbrain.
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 Will do it himself, I guess.
Oh my god.
Mr. Nahodo, I appreciate your efforts. Thank you.
He's gonna fire us. He's gonna fire us right now.
Oh my god.
But you can stop now. Just keep your mouth shut, please.
Sorry?
What's all this about, Mr. Hairbrain?
Ah, Albert Hairbrain, hereby confess that it was me who stabbed Mr. Odiasman.
What the fuck?
That's the only thing he has left.
That's the only.
to keep up the charade that worked.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Because otherwise, we've just proven that it was all fake, and it can't be fake.
Yes, it was me. It's my faithful friend and partner, Andrew the Screwdriver.
We need to prove that the machine didn't even work.
What
as
are
it was
you
supposed to.
doing?
To prove to him that it was possible, it just someone messed with it.
Order! 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 Defendant, explain the son confession.
I'm gonna lose it.
Objection.
Professor Hairbrain, what are you talking about?
It's what I've said all along. I must protect my hypothesis and my precious machine. You stand there and claim it was all a trick, an elaborate prank. But where's your proof?
I've been showing it.
No, you'd have to examine the machine if you wanted to prove it. But then it would all be over. My beautiful hypothesis would be laid bare. I mean, the indignity of it.
Might say the humanity.
It's clear that you drew the plans for the experiment, but you didn't actually build it. It's quite conceivable that you were duped, Professor. If you'll just let me, I can prove.
Brock!
Yes.
I'll cooperate. I'll do whatever you say. I swear it. So please. Ensure the special dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act is adhered to and protect my creation.
Everyone can see that this is a fake confession, right?
This is transparent, yeah.
This is pretty
I
pretty
sure hope
blatant.
so.
Britt, this is no.
Okay. Well,
I forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice at this critical juncture.
okay.
I'm just very thirsty.
Here's to my learned Nipponese friend.
What?
And his upcoming attempt to clarify the defense's position in the light of the accused's confession.
Who's not guilty? He's just stupid.
He's got low wisdom, Your Honor.
I think I've mentioned that before, Nat. A while ago. It was like months and months ago. But his wine bottle has like a Reaper
The two
holding
sides,
two
yeah.
sides. That's very cool. Oh god, sorry.
Do you intend to formally assert that the experiment was nothing more than a conjuring trick? Because the moment you do, the Special Dispensation for a Scientific Equipment Act that protects the professor's invention will cease to apply.
Listen, dude, they're not gonna find your hypothesis in their machine. They're gonna find this machine was rigged to explode.
The prosecution will then demand a rigorous examination of the machinery involved in order to establish the truth.
I really
In
think
order
we
to
should.
establish the truth.
Yes. Not guilt, just stupid could easily be an alternate name for the Ace Attorney series.
Yeah. However, if you acknowledge that that the machine is genuine and instrumental in the victim's murder,
I will absolutely never say that.
any chance of investigating will be crushed, and the confidentiality of the professor's hypothesis preserved.
I think that's stupid. It's very silly and dumb.
Well, Counsel, what was the defense's official position on this matter?
This whole thing is stupid. What Professor Harebrain, my client, actually asked of me was to prove that the explosion on stage was an accident and protect the secrecy of his hypothesis. But there's no way to do that without implying the professor's guilt. Do I protect my client's life by asserting his innocence, or do I uphold my client's request but see him condemned?
We do the thing that the defense attorney is supposed to do.
Either way, I can't avoid betraying his trust.
You've been silent long enough. Isn't talking your trade, my learned friend?
Stop yelling at me.
Or has all knowledge of English escaped your confused Nipponese mind?
Great.
Mr. Naruhodo!
Where's
Iris, we need that
Sato?
surprise.
Yeah,
We
right?
need that surprise now.
Iris.
There's no escape here.
Save us with the bell.
I have to make a choice. But it's an impossible one. I have to give up on something. But what? The defense asserts that the defendant's instantaneous kinesis machine was in fact...
It was
I wanna
we
see
say
both.
the way we get out of this, I think we make everyone happy is we say yes, it could have worked, but someone tampered with it, so that it was never going to work during the exhibition. And so Harebrain's like, well, of course it was broken. Like someone broke it, so it wasn't working. And then he can fucking give up on the fact that it was the machine that killed him or whatever.
I don't know what the right answer is. I say the most important thing to Ryu is proving somebody's innocent when we know they're innocent, regardless of what they're asking for.
Yeah, I agree.
And so
Yeah.
I think my answer is it's a conjuring trick because he is not guilty. And I personally think it's very important that the machine gets investigated. And he can just get
Yeah.
the fuck over it, his stupid hypothesis high horse, and not go to jail like a fucking idiot for murder.
I think the game is just gonna give us an opportunity to do the best of both worlds. Like they wouldn't be harping on it this much if it wasn't even an option.
They'll pull
Yeah.
a justice for all.
Mm.
Yeah.
That feels like a.
No, I
we're not
can't
gonna let
say
him
it.
decide.
My client placed his faith in me. I can't just let him down.
Yeah, he. Who says that?
I think it's
Kazuma?
Levi.
I think it's Kazuma.
Yeah, I think it's the ghost of Kazuma.
What must I give up on? Is not the question you have to ask yourself here. It's what can I protect? Yeah, baby!
Excuse me.
Baby! Baby!
I thought maybe.
Baby!
Hello again, Mr. Naruhodo. It's been far too long.
Can we have Miles say the lines that I just said? 'Cause those weren't me.
What must I give up on is not the question you have to ask yourself here. It's What can I protect? Hello again, Mr. Naruhodo. It's been too long.
Susato-san! But what are you doing here?
Yeah! Fuck! Immediate into that!
My first Susato takedown in 6 months!
There'll be time to talk later, Mr. Naruhodo. For now, we must concentrate on the task at hand.
It's so perfect because Miles didn't have a major part.
Yeah, I figured this was
Yeah.
Which is working out not what I have to give up on, but what I can protect. Professor Hairbrain.
Yes?
Yesterday you told me that science is the pursuit of truth. Well, my job is to pursue the truth too.
Yes, of course.
And personally, I believe that you didn't stab Mr. Asman. I think you've come to realize something yourself too, haven't you? That your experiment and the machine you built with the victim are questionable. The truth behind that is what we must both pursue now.
Ah!
So, you finally opened your eyes.
Sir, we've been arguing for this from the beginning.
What?
And as for you, Albert, you can't ignore this any longer.
Damn, that's so intimate.
Yeah, right? Jeez.
Ah,
Having heard my learned friend's assertion, don't you have something to say?
but Brock.
Lord Von Zeeks.
Gosh, I've never heard him speak that way before.
It was nice. It was kind.
It was nice.
It's very gentle.
It was friendly.
He used someone's first name.
Yeah.
Miles, you're
In
doing
truth.
so much grumbling.
There's one thing.
Me?
You're like moving
Sorry, I'm
around.
trying to find something for my knitting and I can't fucking find it.
Something I've remembered that's of relevance.
What?
Well, the day it happened, just before I began the experiment, I saw a man near the stage.
Ooh.
A man holding that crossbow.
You saw a man with a crossbow and didn't tell anyone?
Oh, sounds like he told Baron.
I beg your pardon.
What? Professor! Did the man have any distinguishing features? What did he look like?
Tall? Taller than me. And thin. Thinner than me. Well, straighter. The whiter.
Slender
than mine.
Man. Slender Man.
I think I know who this is.
Let me see. One less lens than me too. A monocle. Rather stylish black monocle.
Monocle.
But one thing in particular will help to positively identify the man. You see, I know him very well. The Professor.
What?
After all, he's the engineer who built my invention.
The engineer!
And the penny drops.
Ha ha!
Yeah. What?
Zeeks
Okay,
didn't know.
so he didn't know.
He built the machine.
That's right. Mr. Asman introduced me to him a year ago.
Name and shame, Albert!
He's a man by the name of Enoch Drebber.
Fucking knew it.
What's the
Shut up about this guy.
I want name. I call dibs on this guy so hard. Please.
yeah.
Drebber?
I fucking
Enoch.
knew it. Drebber?
Does this mean something? Members of the jury seem flustered.
What's the pun?
Not the name any scientist wishes to hear, The man's an abomination.
Oh god.
I don't know if there's one. I think the name is the same in English and Japanese, actually. I think it's a Van Zeke situation.
Inoku Trebe.
Not to name any conjurer wishes to hear either. I found it. Who on earth is he?
I'm afraid this isn't the first tale of this nature that I've heard in scientific circles in connection with that name. There's talk of other flamboyant experiments that turn out to be nothing but stage trickery in the end.
He's named after someone in Sherlock Holmes lore. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Oh shit. It's a great name. I love that name. Obviously, the rascal's after the government's research grant money.
Research.
When
the magicians are in need of money, I've heard of them resorting to these underhand tactics. Some acquaintances of mine with experience in such things have mentioned Enoch Treber's name before.
Definitely not you.
Not me.
The man is both an engineer and a magician. Yes, we're dealing with unparalleled confidence trickster here.
True C's ancestor.
Right. But not the Gremmarys. That's Enoch Treber for you.
No, True C specifically. Only True C. Nobody else.
I mean,
Okay.
Enigmar.
No, only True C, no one else.
Only True C.
Nobody else.
So an ancestor of the unknown other parent? Or, no, we know.
We know both parents.
We know both
We
Trucy's
know
parents.
both parents.
So
It's Apollo,
so
we don't know.
Lamoir's ancestor, you mean? Oh no. It would be Zach. right?
Zach's.
Zach's ancestor.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
That's what Alex was
right.
saying. I was making a joke.
I was forgetting that it was Apollo, we don't know the other one.
Ah, fair.
Yeah.
So, it's true then. My invention, a great machine, it was just a grand illusion.
Oh yeah. Considering what we've just heard about Mr. Treber's character, I'm sorry to say it sounds increasingly likely.
Even though no one else believed it, I wanted to.
That's so sad.
I wanted to believe the machine would function exactly as my hypothesis predicted.
Which is why you were so opposed to it being investigated, I presume.
I knew that if the machine was examined in detail, its construction would give away my hypothesis. Obviously, I didn't want that to happen, but at the same time, I knew that if it was found to be nothing more than a trick, that a work of deception, then everything I'd worked towards, all my research, all my dreams, my whole life would be over.
Dude, you're like 30. It's fine.
I was terrified at the prospect.
So you really had no idea then, did you? About the true nature of the machine that was built, and the true nature of Mr. Treber.
I never questioned anything. I didn't want to question it.
It's entirely possible that Mr. Asman and Mr. Treber were working together to use you as a means of fraudulently acquiring the research grant money. That's why he picked you out of that tiny little zine.
When I announced my invention to the crowds that day, it was the finest moment of my career. I pulled all the levers and turned all the dials exactly the way Treber had it described. Should be levers, shouldn't it?
I was just thinking maybe it is levers. Yeah.
When the smoke suddenly started billowing out, I panicked. I didn't know what was happening. I really don't know the whole illusion was made to work. How? I don't know anything anymore.
Oof. Oof. Sad thing for a scientist to say, especially. Let me confirm one final point with you, Professor. Do you now consent to the prosecution submitting the necessary paperwork to release your invention from the protection afforded by the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act?
Yes, please go ahead. I'm very sorry.
This broken man.
Anyway, the Susato entrance was fucking hype.
Hell yeah.
It would appear that we shall have to suspend proceedings for the remainder of the day now. Lord Van Zakes.
My lord.
Yeah, they really didn't try hard enough to make it like a sayable acronym. Like, they could have said it. They could have like used different words to make it a sayable thing, and then we could have just referred to it as that sayable thing.
That act.
The court has been newly made aware of another party whose involvement in this matter is critical.
Yes, Mr. Drebber.
Gather information about the man, if possible. I should like to see him served with a subpoena.
With pleasure, my lord.
Now, counsel for the defense.
Yes, my lord.
When we reconvene, I shall be looking for one thing, and one thing alone from you. Evidence that the defendant is innocent of the crime for which he presently stands accused.
I understand.
Good. In that case, this court is adjourned until tomorrow morning.
What is it? The Special Dispensation for Scientific
Equipment Act.
So SDSEA?
Mm-hmm.
This is dear.
So SADC, the SADC.
The SADC. I mean, even just like saying SDSEA is so much easier. 23rd October, 1:36 p.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Okay.
Mr. Naruhodo!
Yes?
I'm so sorry. I was wrong. You were right. I tricked you. You trusted me. I dragged you into my mess. How did it ever come to this? I'm so sorry.
Did you really have no idea, Professor? About what Mr. Drebber was really up to, I mean? About what he was really constructing?
Actually, that machine was the embodiment of my hypothesis for my hopes and dreams. I had complete faith in it.
Alright. In that case, I won't say any more. Now, sadly the murder accusation against you still stands. So we must do as much investigation as we can before the trial resumes tomorrow.
Well, thank you for doing so much for me.
Great. Baby.
Hi, honey.
Best friend.
I'm so sorry for arriving late this morning, Mr. Naruhodo.
Arriving late?
Didn't you receive my postcard? I wanted to let you know when I'd arrive.
Postcard? What postcard?
I hid it from you, Runo, so it would be a surprise.
Iris! That's not okay!
You bastard.
It's a federal a crime to steal the people's mail. Well, did it work?
I was surprised, alright. Especially when she threw me to the ground.
Oh dear, I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
I was happy to see you again, that it sort of slipped out.
Maybe we could stick to more traditional displays of emotion in future.
No.
No, I think I'll continue with this one.
Susie's train was late into London Victoria this morning, you see. But we made the coachman really whip up the horses hard so she didn't miss the whole trial.
Oh, those poor horses.
I was watching from the gallery for a while, but in the end, I'm afraid I couldn't contain myself.
But in the end, you were fucking up so bad.
Well, I'm glad you didn't.
Oh, dude, can you imagine the joy of like
Oh.
seeing him in action as the first thing? Like after not
Yeah.
seeing him, like, oh man, that must have just been wonderful. Aside from all the anxiety.
Having you at my side in court gives me the strength I need to win. So, I'm delighted to see you back in London.
Oh, you're too kind of us, Naruto. I'm delighted to be here. I hope I can continue to be of service to you.
Of course. So, what's brought you back? Did Professor Mikotoba not protest?
Let's save all that conversation for when we're back at home, shall we? You know, I've made my most special blends ever for this special occasion.
Oh, Iris, how wonderful! I can't wait.
Susato's still in trouble with Zeeks and the judge, though.
Yeah.
Susato-san was back in London. It's hard to describe how happy that made me feel at the time, but despite my elation, our tale was about to take yet another extraordinary turn.
Ah, fuck.
Is it to be continued? Are we
I think so.
okay. Great.
Yeah, because we're going back to investigation.
Yes. Not to be that guy.
I praise for Shasta in chat.
I am very sleepy and my body hurts. So,
Oh.
No worries.
I think we will end early tonight, and we can start next week with investigating.
Solid.
Just okay, then.
How do I leave? I would like to leave. That's my house.
It's your attic.
That's my attic. Oh, it's cute. Okay.
I feel like we're like on the cusp of like this just getting more and more.
Oh,
hype and crazy.
absolutely! It's going to explode. Like we still
listen-
we still have to like bring in the wax shit, and like there's just all kinds of nonsense happening.
And the coroner.
The coroner.
Right for Smash will not shut the fuck up about like referencing Enoch Drebber, and it's so annoying.
I've known this name since almost before we started, because there was a
Yeah.
while where I had like an Ace Attorney OC idea, like for like a character like pun name that was Enoch Turnell.
Oh my
Like, a guy who works the
god!
night shift.
Enoch
And so at
Turtle.
one point I went looking and came up with the name Enoch Drebber, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
Who the
Yeah.
fuck? Who the fuck is this?
Also, this is I think he's another of my friends want to see this twink destroyed kind of guy. So I'm really curious what this is. And I've seen him too.
Incredible.
I'm
I
really excited about
don't
it.
Yeah, I
think
actually
I've
don't know how he
seen
looks.
him.
They started just having the long hair and like the I think like the monocle, and I'm like, oh, I fucking know who this is.
Yes, we are.
As soon as he said thinner man with white hair, and I was just like, oh, it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
We got to a to be continued before the next investigation segment, so I am sleepy and achy, and so we're ending a little early tonight. Is anybody not playing Elden Ring?
I think I saw BBats was streaming earlier, but it might not be anymore.
I don't think.
Yeah, I don't see them online anymore.
BBat, he's not. I guess we can.
Dano is playing Kirby.
Oh, because there's the demo that came out. Yeah.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Let's raid Dano. How do you spell your names? How do you spell it?
Dano the
artist. Dano the artist. Speaking of mouthful, Kirby. So Dano is currently playing the demo for Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Head on over there. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. And we'll see you all next time. Good night, everybody.
Mm.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good afternoon.
I'm gonna kick you from the call.
Do it, pussy.